Morning, everyone. I want to come in here this morning and do a different kind of video. Um, Austin, I think you really need to go listen to some of the things that were said on Mighty Mouse's live stream. Some of the heartache, some of the medical issues, some things that people in the chat have had to overcome in their lives. And they still have managed to become good citizens. That's the reason I feel a bond to this group so much. Okay, a couple people of them know what I went into as a child from age 6 to 10. I had a family member that done some pretty disgusting things to me when they had the chance, when the opportunity was given, when no other adults was around. Okay. At the age of 15, my mother signed her rights away to me. Okay. And I ended up having foster parents. Those foster parents just so happened to be a preacher and his wife that were next door neighbors to where my home was, like a football field away from where my home was, where my mother was still residing. My stepdad worked construction, so he wasn't home all the time. He come home on the weekends. But before I was brought into that home with a preacher and his wife, I was told in a social service setting that I wasn't supposed to talk to my mother. If I seen my mother out in the yard, I wasn't supposed to have no contact with my mother. If I seen her out in the yard, mowing the yard and having problems, I wasn't supposed to come help her. And as a child, the stuff that I was going through at that time was pretty emotional. Pretty emotional. So when I got my first car at 16, from all the money that was sent from my real dad's child support that was handed over to me because my mother signed her rights away, I bought my first car and I ran away from that preacher and his wife in that foster setting because I couldn't handle watching my mother, not being able to talk to her. I couldn't deal with it. So I was homeless, sleeping under a bridge in my car at 16. And my grandmother, my great grandmother, she found out about it. She knew where I was at. Came, got me from there, helped me get back in school, and put me on the right path in a Christian setting, going to church. I become an adult at that time. When she signed her rights away, and I become an adult at that time. See, Austin, we all have stories. We've all came from somewhere. And we haven't just because we've had a bad childhood. But from what we gather from you, your childhood wasn't bad. Your childhood was you wanted to play video games and smoke weed all the time, and your mother and your father wanted you to do something else with your life besides that. You stole from her, beat on her, from my understanding. You're the one that chose this path. Only you can change it. And by begging for other people's money, what are you going to be, 75 years old and begging? Thanks for this page. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for your stories. Thanks for your input. This is a good page. Mighty Mouse is a good page. The people that she's surrounding her people with are good people who are just not hating on what Austin is doing or hating Austin as a person, bullying him. We're trying to keep, it's hard enough to survive in today's society without giving somebody your money that is capable of working himself. But he will not get out and work or get out in public because he has made so many enemies, made so many people mad and angry with his cockiness. He's afraid he might run into one of them. He might run into somebody's grandson that some grandmother he scammed. That's the real facts. That being said, I love you, I respect you, and as always, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.